Okay, I'm going to show you why the traditional system of thinking and doing things, doing life, is going to keep you stuck, it's going to keep you broke, and most importantly, will not give you freedom, the freedom that you want. It is all fake. The thinking that you think, hey, I have some money. But guess what? You don't have time to enjoy it. So traditional thinking is absolute insanity. Here's what it looks like. I'm going to do it in 60 seconds or less. You finish high school by age 18, guys. Then you have to go to school, right? For 4 years. Now, that school, I'm saying a little above average. It's going to cost you $50,000 a year on the lower end. Some of them are over 100,000, but let's just say 50. Now, which means by age 22, you've accumulated $200,000 of debt, or you've paid cash $200,000. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say that that degree is actually one of the very few that can support the cost of that education. I'm not saying one of those BS degrees that all these people spend all this money on, and it blows my mind. They'll never pay that back. It's a waste. But let's say it's not. And now you find yourself at age 22. And traditional thinking says you need to work until at least 65. So from 22 until 65, you will work at least 40 hours per week, which is your best years, your best time. It doesn't sound like freedom. And now, how much money are you going to make? Again, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and go in the top 5%. You're going to make $80,000 starting out per year. Now, that's gross. Remember, you're going to pay taxes. So after taxes, you're down to $60,000 per year, which is $1,153 per week. Now keep doing this until you're 65. Insane. So what's your next biggest purchase? What are you going to do? You're going to buy a house, right? Because living the dream, you need a house that you live in. And you think it's an investment, but it's not. It's a liability. You'll spend 30 out of those 40 years paying off for this liability, thinking you've made it because the value of it went up. Well, you're not downgrading. It's not bringing you cash flow. So it really is not an asset. Then what? Now you're 65, your health is declining because it's never going to be as good as it is today. I mean, it is just math, it is facts, right? From 0 to 100, if you look at it on a long enough timeline, you and I, all of us, on a long enough timeline, will cease to exist. And now from 65 until the day you die, which on average, males right now are dying at 80. And remember, your last 15 years of your life, it's not going to be as good as the previous because it's going down. Health is going down. So what is your solution? Now, this is the best case scenario. You're going to trade 40 years, 40 hours, your best years. You're going to give your best time for what? You're going to have a paid off house, all right? So what? You're going to have a little 401k. I mean, not little. Let's say it's $1 million. I'm going to put you in the top 1%, which is pre-tax. Then you're going to pay 50% tax, 40% tax, depending on where you live, right? Doesn't sound like freedom. You're going to live for your 1, 2, 3 weeks vacation per year. Insanity. So your solution is to figure out a way to make money without trading your direct time for money. Because your paychecks, hours worked, your salary is going under the assumption that you will be working, right? That's why they're paying you a salary. They're buying your time. That's what salary is. I'm going to give you this money, and in exchange, you're giving me your time. I own you for that period of time. That's how it works. That is the traditional system. And we all have to trade time. Don't get me wrong. It's what you do with that time that matters. So that's why you need bankability. You need to start leveraging, remember this, leveraging assets, not liability. What is an asset? A lot of you don't even know the difference between an asset and a liability. Okay, that's for a different discussion. Know the difference. Know your primary is not an asset. Know your vehicle is not an asset. If it doesn't go up in value, it doesn't bring you cash flow, not an asset. The two requirements I have. Sure, gold, silver, commodities like this, yes, it's an asset, but this is simply a hedge against turbulence. It is a hedge. It is just your cash It's protecting your cash. Because if it just sits in cash, inflation's going to eat it up. At least gold, silver, whatever you have should be, at least historically has been proven, protect you against inflation. That's really it. Because cash sitting around is horrible. Which is another thing the traditional system tells you to do. Save your money. Insanity. Don't save your money. Leverage your money. Leverage assets. Because once you get enough cash flow from assets, like residential real estate, of course, if you use the best system in the game, yes, I'm biased because it's my system. It really is. If you have a better system that's better at buying real estate than mine, show me. Available anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter. Start now, get enough cash flow, and then instead of waiting like everybody else until you're 65, you're going to have a mathematical answer as to when you can retire. And what is that answer? Get enough cash flow. Figure out how much do you need. What do you need a month? Figure it out. Or what do you want? Forget the needs. I like being in the wants world. Forget the needs. How much do you want a month? Is it 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000? How much per month? And then work backwards. The second you get there from assets and you have cash flow, guess what? You're done. Then you don't have to work. You probably work because you'd be bored, but then it is optional. It is amazing. You don't have to look for Fridays. Oh, TGIF. And then you dread Mondays. It doesn't matter. Can you imagine spending 40 years like this, 50 years like this? It's crazy to me, but the crazier part is that people congratulate you. I used to be one of them. I'm a direct product of the educational system. I thought I was living the dream. When I started my accounting firm, I was sleeping on the floor for days. I go in the office Monday, leave Thursday, go to the gym, shower, dry cleaners for fresh clothes, and I thought I made it. This was it. Then I had a family. I'm like, wait a minute, I can't see them. What kind of a dream is this? It's a lie. That's right. Which is why I created this system. So get some cash flow. Do not wait to get into real estate. Get the real estate, buy it right, because remember, and this, I've been saying this with real estate, but it applies to every single thing that you buy. Whatever it is you buy. I don't care if it's a car, I don't care if it's real estate, watches, gold chains, whatever it is. When do you make money? Not when you sell, you make it when you buy. No matter what you buy, the deal is made on the buy side. You buy a car worth $4,000, $2,000, a year later you sell for $3,000. Boom, you make money when you buy. Same with real estate. So remember this. Don't wait to sell it for the market to go up. Find your box, get some real estate, get some cash flow. Otherwise, don't complain.